Because of the self-love, self-care.
If you encounter a man like this, run like hell. Hi my loves, Jarae, Milay, the girl from Runaway, where we have culture, conversation, and community. And in today's video, I'm coming to you all with the OWN Network's Season 2 Belle Collective, okay? The show that I'm reviewing comes on the OWN Network. If you don't have cable like me, then you can watch it on the OWN app and we're on YouTube somewhere. The opening scene, we have Tish or Treese. I think her name is Treese. I always get Letitia and Trisha. I get their names are so similar. And she's making some breakfast for her husband, y'all. And she's like, yeah, my husband wants me to be a stay-at-home wife, but that's not me because I'm bossed up from A to Z. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, if he had it his way, I'll be home barefoot and pregnant. But that's not who I am. My business is doing well. I just, you know, I started this business with the $300, and she is, I think, Goddess Locs or Goddess Extensions. Not for nothing, she does have good extensions. So she's FaceTiming one of her homegirls, and she's like, I'm gonna have a high fashion, high tea. Her husband comes in, and he's just pressing her for a baby. And you know, I'm ready for baby number 6. He already has 5 children. Trish tells us that his children doesn't really respect her because they're so close in age. They have a 20-year age gap, okay? 20-year age gap, that's serious. She's really cool with his youngest daughter, Amber, and she respects her, but it's more or less like, you my homegirl, not necessarily like I respect you as a stepmom. I mean, like, how could they? How could they really respect you as a stepmom and y'all so close in age? Like, come on now. Like, logistically, it doesn't make sense. The husband is basically saying, like, girl, I want you to have this baby. She's like, oh, the baby gonna slow me down. And he's like, it may not slow you down, and I want this. And she's like, I'm really not, like, okay with having a child. And is it because of you don't want a child at all, or is it because it's with him? It's given she's really not that invested in the relationship, or maybe not, because every woman doesn't want to be a mom, okay? It's you know, it's your right to decide and choose what it is that you want to do. And you already done married him. I feel like you already done married him. I feel like in a marriage, if that's what he's asking, because you done married this man, y'all need to work it out. And the next scene, we are reintroduced to Letitia, y'all, and she says, listen, baby, I've been getting my mind and body right. Mama said that, you know, I was having some issues before, but those issues, you know, I'm working through them. I'm getting myself right mentally and physically, and the things that I was dealing with my husband, I'm not going for no longer. And I'm like, slow clap for you. Get it how you live. It's never too late. So she says that she's still working on the Fair Street thing, which is like the Black Mecca in Mississippi, and she's no longer with her husband. Her husband Glenn had an affair 8 years ago, but out with this affair that happened 8 years ago, there may be a child involved. So we see Letitia at her mama's house. We see her son Josh, and Glenn is on his way to come pick up his son, and Letitia's holding it together. The son is obviously in distress, and she's just like, you know, my son would love for it to be just us again at home, and we're doing what we normally do, but unfortunately I can't do that right now. Glenn shows up, and he has this little stupid smirk on his face, like, Letitia, we really gonna do this? We really about to pick you up from your mama's house? You ain't coming home? She's just like, I don't want to talk about this right now. Besides, Josh is right here. Let's just go about it like this. And he's like, you can't keep running from this conversation. She's like, I'm not running. I'm telling you that I'm not ready to have the conversation. She's such a grown woman, girl. His ass. And she's like, you know, he was my high school sweetheart. I hate when people hold on to this whole high school sweetheart bit, because who were you in high school? Okay, stop and think about your friends in high school. Stop and think about your interest in high school. Like, just because you met somebody a long time ago don't mean that they need to be in your present today. Anyway, move right along. Girl, she kisses Josh, and, you know, have fun with dad's here, whatever. You know, she's doing her whole mom thing, girl. When they left out, and Letitia, whatever her name is, broke down like that, she was just like, Mama, what I'm gonna do? Girl, she's in distress, and, you know, she's breaking up her family. Her son is only 6 years old, and you know, if that's their only child, it's just only been them 3. It's like breaking up the group. You get what I'm saying? Like, why even do that? And she's hurt. She's like, something has to change. The mama's just like, you know, it's going to be hard, but you're okay, and we're going to get through this. And the mom, shout out to the mom for being supportive during that time and not you know, speaking out negative, oh, his ass, you know. She just said, I'm going to be here to support you and we're going to get through this. And I love how it just shows the vulnerability and what it actually does to relationships when people face infidelity. It's not just you getting your dick wet. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are real consequences, and the mom had to put on a brave face for her son, but she's hurting, and that's real. It kind of like hurt me a little bit because, damn, this impulsivity and recklessness essentially tore their family apart. And for what? Next, we're introduced or reintroduced to Marie Child, and she says, girl, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Marie Monroe, and she got her good old nasty blonde wig. Child, she got the Andre 3000 hey y'all, hey y'all. She got the hey y'all bob cut in her blonde hair. And I mean, you know, she's a woman, she's a boss, but that blonde ain't it. I hate when black women put on a blonde wig and it's supposed to somehow like magically, I don't know what it is, I just don't like it. She says, you know, I'm the first black woman in Mississippi to own a methadone clinic. And not for nothing, y'all, she got a methadone clinic, she getting to a couple dollars. She getting to a couple dollars. And she had the mental health situation. She said her mom reached out to her not long ago. Her mom was an addict and she's fresh out of rehab, and she's home. She has a full house right now. All of her children live with her. She's no longer with her husband, and her child's mother was tragically fatally shot. The car was riddled with bullets and all of these things. The girl was only 18 years old in Jackson, Mississippi, and she's like, now I have to raise this boy because I'm still raising my son, and I have to tell him, you know, that his mom is no longer going to be with us. And gosh, that's just, the little boy, he's so beautiful and he's so happy. He doesn't even realize. I'm sure he misses his mom, but he probably is really young. He won't even have any recollection of her. 18 years old, fatally shot out. I'm curious to do some research. Why was she shot? Was they targeting the wrong vehicle? I don't know. Unfortunate. Now this baby's going to grow up without a mother. All the responsibilities is going to be on that boy right now. The grandmom is taking care of him, but you know, that's still his son, and he's going to have to know that, you know, nobody's going to ever replace the mother, the love of the mother was going to have for that boy. Nobody. And my heart breaks for that. Senseless gun violence, y'all. We don't even realize the impacts that it has and that it leaves on people. Gosh, Lee, I mean, my baby is 1. He'll be 2 in November, and oh, I just want him to know how much I love him. You get what I'm saying? How much I love on him constantly, to let him know that mommy loves you. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate, you know, to even think about growing up without even having your mom. It's unbelievable. We introduced to Miss Tambra Jarae, the midday princess, and she lets us know that she was #1 in the midday slot during the pandemic. And not only that, she got to a bag and a coin because she started selling some loose teas. And yes, that was Tambra. And the next thing, we have Taisha and Latrice sitting down in Latrice Pierce's enterprise. She has her own office. I'm like, okay, Melanie Holt. They some bosses. I wonder who has the most money. My bet is gonna be Treese, the girl with the e-commerce goddess length. Either her or the mental health chick is giving, like, it's giving boss, but it's giving they got the most money. I don't know. Drop down in the comments, let me know what y'all think. Anyway, so Taisha is like, girl, do you like your sign? You know, what's going on? She's like, oh, I'm going to a tea, and Tambra's gonna be there. And she's like, why are you mentioning Tambra? That's your play friend. I don't know why you like her. We've been friends for 20 years and you like her so much, and this, that, and the third. Girl, lo and behold, Tambra has a man, and the man is called Damon, which is like, girl, what, short for demonic? I don't know. And in the process, she says, yeah, girl, they've been on and off, and we've been on and off, and you know, he's my boo, this is my friend, and we've been dealing with each other, and this, that, and the other. And he cheating on her, girl. He cheating on her. That's basically what she said. And she cheating on her with me. And is it he's cheating on her with me because now you know that they're together, or you're still involved with him and you know that he's dealing with her? Like, I don't understand how that works. Are you not dealing with him anymore, or what? Because if you know he's with Tambra, why are you saying that you know, he's dealing with her. Or he's cheating on her with me. You get what I'm trying to say? Amber is sitting down with a fertility specialist, and she talks about the fact that she got her fibroids removed, and she had the surgery, and they said that she had 4 fibroids. It turns out she had 39. Fibroids is something that women are really heavily impacted by, especially in the Black community. Girl, they try to get y'all to get a hysterectomy at these young ages. Don't do it. Don't get that hysterectomy, girl. I'm telling y'all, there are ways for you to get rid of fibroids naturally. Change your diet and you will see a shrink in those fibroids for real. Don't have them, you know, clip in and chop it on your reproductive lady parts, y'all. Y'all know how, well, a lot of y'all don't. I feel a way about this medical system and how they do our Black bodies. Don't get no hysterectomy, and I'm not saying, like, if you have issues with fibroids, you know, girl, you already getting the surgery, get the surgery and get them taken care of if that's where you're at. But don't let them do no hysterectomy on you. It's not necessary. There are ways that you can reverse the fibroid situation for sure. Anyways, y'all, the point I'm trying to get to is Tambra says, Doc, well, we want to know, we're trying to have a baby, and can we still try to do things naturally? And he says, yeah, of course, you know, you can get it on or whatever. And she's like, oh, well, we haven't tried. And he's kind of confused, and she basically says they have not had unprotected sex. And I'm like, girl, please, who are you kidding? First of all, this is the man that you claim that is your fiance, future husband, and you still using condoms. okay, girl. Whatever you say, Miss Tambra. He must use dental dams or something when he go down on it too, because at this point, like, you're giving sex education class. Like, girl, you not at this big grown age. I don't know who you trying to fool, but you ain't got to do it. And why are you at the fertility doctor when y'all ain't even been getting it in unprotected to get pregnant? Why do you feel like you have to ask this doctor, can you guys still try naturally when you haven't even tried to get pregnant yet? That's stupid. That's silly, guys. Okay, so next we're at the high fashion high tea girl, and Trish or Tish, whatever, the young girl, she is just like, I don't like tea and I don't like crimpets, so I'm doing it my style. And I'm like, that's the type I'm into. Okay, that's what I'm into. She got her girls there. One of her, I guess, assistant, Melanie, was pulling up saying, Melanie. Oh, really? That's right, baby. And one of her girls pulled up. Her name was Melanie. She's like, Melanie, she's a stallion. She's standing about 6'2". She was dropping stuff trying to get all inside the house, girl. Anyway, she's cute. She looked like she's gonna be a fun time. She has some cute little commentary. We're introduced to Gucci. She says she sold $1 million last year in real estate, and she's also a personal trainer. She got the body to show it and prove it. She is gonna be spicy, you can tell. So all of the guests arrive to the tea, and I seen a cute little Andre Talley picture in the back. I was trying to figure out who that was, girl. I think it was Andre. I think his name was Talley or Tillin. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He just recently passed away. Maybe that's why she had high fashion, high tea. I guess it was a little nod, homage to him. So all of the girls arrive, and they're doing a little introduction. We have the little pleasantries, and oh, hey girl, and yes, and woo woo, and I got my giddies done. I got me a little lift and things of that nature, and blah 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 blah. So as Latrice was doing her little intro, Letitia interrupts and say, oh, are these chairs going to be filled out with other people? She was like, no, well, I didn't really invite Marie. And they do a flashback of the reunion, girl, because that reunion was messy. The reunion was better than the whole season, if you ask me. And she was like, I guess she's not coming since I accused her of Medicaid fraud. Shit, I wouldn't come either. And not for nothing, Medicaid fraud is real. It's real, but you was trying to stop her bag. And she was like, Tisha was like, girl, I'm from the hood and I don't believe in snitching, and I would never do that. And I'm like, I believe her. She seemed like she from round the way. She gives me round the way, girl. I needed a round the way, girl, round the way. That's the one for me. She was like, I wasn't the one reporting her for Medicaid fraud. I'm like, ooh, not Medicaid fraud, child. Ooh, that's a federal offense. Be careful. So Gucci was being like a little shady to Letitia, in the confessionals talking about her edges. But like, girl, let Letitia live. She getting her stuff together. Let her breathe a little bit. And Letitia starts questioning Tambra. So are you still with Damon? Yes, I'm still with Damon. Oh, so are you guys in a serious relationship? Yes, we're in a serious relationship. Oh, so are y'all like best friends? We're hooking up? No, we're like really together. And I'm like, she just gearing it up, getting all the facts so she can hit her with the spade card. Bah! You know what I mean? You were dig. They try to do it like, you know, at the space table. She just setting her all up. Like, why you ain't say it then? But I guess maybe she's gonna pull it to the side. I don't know. That's her wild card. She want to wait to hold on to it, child. Draw 4. And then in the next scene, we have who we got? Letitia, and she's on the phone with somebody. Oh, she's on the phone with Marie. She's on the phone with Marie, and out of nowhere, Glenn shows up, child, and he got these little flowers. I can't say they gas station flowers, because at least it came in a vase. And he shows up, and she's like, "Oh, let me show you. Oh, let me show you. Glenn is here. Like, girl, don't nobody care about them flowers. And you ain't gotta show nobody." I would have hung up so quick because I don't even want nobody to associate me with him at this point. He shows up and he's like, "Yeah, so we had a conversation. Your office look nice." He's like, "This is my first time in the office and I'm a little nervous." And she's like, "Are you proud of me?" And he's like, "Yeah." And me like, "No, are you really proud of me?" And he was like, "Yeah, of course." And she was like, "Okay." Like, you can tell that a lot of her self-worth comes from him validating her. And this whole cheating scandal probably did just wrecken her self-worth, self-image, especially when you put so much into a relationship. You lose yourself, you become one, and to have that such a betrayal, it makes you question who you are and what it is that you bring, and this, that, and the third. So the husband is just like, "Oh, so you can't come back to the house?" And she was just like, "Why would I come back to the house? You proposed to me, you re-proposed to me, and in that same night you were texting women." And like, and he don't have nothing to say about it other than, "Well, what you gonna do?" That was, you know, he didn't even address the things that he did. He should have been so sorry, so apologetic. He was halfway apologetic. He had a smirk the whole time. He's definitely a womanizer. She's like, "Oh, I don't want to come back home. You still got some hoe left in you. You need to do your own thing." And she's right. Like, if she would have stayed, it would have been the same thing. She would not have garnered any type of new energy, any type of new results with that man. She is taking a stance and like, "I'm not going for it." And sometimes you gotta let these men know, because they get too comfortable and they think, "Oh yeah, she ain't going nowhere, I can do whatever." And she's showing him, "Nah, I'm not going for this. Enough's enough." So he's like, "Oh, so you're doing this for a matter of your self-care and your self-worth?" Like, what's air quote about her self-care and her self-worth and you her man of 20 years? What is that about? He is triggering for me, and I'm glad that she's standing her ground, although, you know, she's really in love with him. Her whole energy and her body changes when they're coming around. And I want to just say something, because she said, you know, she's going to the gym, she's getting her body right. I applaud her, because most women would have gone to, you know, go get a BBL, get a liposuction, and all of these things, and go get skin bleached and lightened and everything like that. And she said, "No, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna do it naturally, one time for the one time." But a mama's out here that's doing it, trying to make it work. You feel me? Doing the best I can with what I got, period. And he's just not getting it. He's like, "I want you to come back home." They give us a small little recap of, or they're foreshadowing what's to come in this season. This episode was really good introduction. It's gonna get warmed up, it's gonna get spicy. I'm here for the Belle Collective. All right, make sure you guys are tuning in. Make sure you like this review. Hit a quick thumbs up for me. It helps me on the YouTube algorithm. It really helps me on the YouTube algorithm, okay? And make sure y'all subscribe. As always, I'm sending you much love and much light, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.